God damn it, I have a +10 to my initiative.
You know,
I have a
plus
plus
4.
11. I rolled a 1.
Yep.
I have 4.
I want to say those Null Savages do not have a +10. They rolled 19s, each of them.
Yep.
Okay, so it's Null Savage number 1 who goes first. Having opened the door, he is going to barrel at Dwohurim right from the start. And use a spear and attempt to stab Dwohurim. And completely miss. This other savage is actually going to go ahead and, realize there's like 2 people in that room. Like, fuck that room.
Can I intercept him?
You could, yes.
Go for it.
Dive to the door.
Yeah.
The Null is about to move away and then like yips at Tempus as Tempus like basically like dives in front and will attempt to stab Tempus and hit for 10 points of damage.
Good thing you got the extra HP, right?
I hope you appreciate this, Hurim.
Fargus, it is your turn.
Alright, so everyone is close by, correct?
Yes, everyone is nearby. You could very well nuke. I just will say, since that thing can hit through walls, you do have a floor below you.
I only target enemies, right?
It's only enemies.
That's true. All the notes downstairs.
Roasted.
All the people who don't like you.
Just one dead guy.
It's like, mechanically, I don't have a problem with you using it. Just like roleplay-wise, though, that thing's hidden through the floor.
Yep.
So there's anyone downstairs who hates you?
Going downstairs, but my spark is improved though, and my ruination doesn't really do any damage now. So I'm gonna cast spark on the Null Ranger too.
Okay. Let's see it. That is 2 points of damage.
Yep.
Well, Grimith made a slight mistake. Grimith put in all of the values for all of the important things, but Grimith forgot to put some very important values in the tokens, and they're known as hit points, armor class, physical defense, and mental defense. Grimith has now opened up the book with these stats, and he will now adjust it accordingly.
We apologize for the technical difficulties.
It's fine.
Everyone, elevator music. Listen to the elevator music.
So the Null Ranger that you just hit will actually lift up his longbow and fire at you. That's going to be 23 for against AC for 8 points of damage, and that is an odd roll. And he'll actually move to engage Fargus.
Alright.
Oh good, the only thing that is worse than an archer that can shoot twice.
Yes, Leon, it is your turn.
Leon drowsily waking up from being, he's like bear. He's just got like, he doesn't have his normal like robes. He's looking out, just like morning temp. Is that an old chaos bolt?
Good Tempus bring these home with him.
I just woke up.
Not appropriate.
Where were you last night?
Furthest physical defense.
That is a hit, even with the -2 penalty.
That would be 20 points of cold damage. If he becomes staggered, he will take a number of points of damage equal to my level.
He is not staggered.
Oh well.
Oh, you're a charming savage. Savage.
I think I'm basically from bed, fires it out there, stands up, and makes himself presentable.
Savage mercenaries.
Alright, the Null Ranger 1 will look in, and as Thomas, is getting himself up, he will shoot Thomas with a longbow. It'll be an odd roll, but it will hit for 8 points of damage.
8 damage, that would be this much.
And then, he looks at the situation. You look pretty armored. There's gotta be an easier target somewhere around here.
Can I intercept?
Sure, you basically fucking fly out of bed.
That is not the right way to wake me up.
Ranger will just yip at you angrily and end its turn. Tempus.
Okay, Tempus. Let me have a look at my attacks I've got here. I am going to. Sorry, 1 second. Yes. One enemy, you're not taking ongoing damage. I'm going to Bleeding Strike.
Okay.
So roll 1d20 plus 5 plus 2 minus 2.
Yes.
13
does not hit. That'll deal 2 points of damage.
2 damage.
Okay. Asthma Man has left us, it seems. That is enough to stagger this savage.
My internet is fucked up.
It's a good thing that you weren't hosting the call after all, then.
No comment.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Tempus?
That's everything so far for the moment.
Okay. Thomas, it is your turn, having just fucking, dove out of here, out of bed.
Yeah, you know, Thomas has been woken up, so he's going to put this guy to sleep. Right?
Yeah.
Let's try it. Oh, that might actually hit.
Oh, that definitely does hit.
Lead from the front.
So amazed.
All right, that ranger takes it on the chin.
And points. 1.
Point is, it's 1 point you didn't have before.
All right, Dwohurim. That savage just charged into your room and missed you. It is very dark.
Oh, that's bad.
Now, as a reminder, you have cantrips that can be used as a quick action because you still have cantrip mastery, correct?
Can I make light happen?
Yes, that's one of your cantrips, and you can make that happen as a quick action just fine.
Yeah, no, I can't. Yeah, I can actually. Yeah,
Yes.
it's true. So let's make some light happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd do it. Because my one's a standard action.
Yeah, so I quicken light on my
Alright.
staff to make like one of those little crystal things that's in the type.
You do just
shines
that.
everywhere.
PCs will no longer take the attack penalty. It bends enough even around the stone walls.
Yeah, it's magic light,
That's right.
right?
Right.
There's a flare going off.
All right. Well, I guess I will try to shocking grasp him.
Okay.
Then, can I convert my move into a quick?
Yes.
And I'll do that.
Okay.
Because I think I had a better chance to hit with that than I have with actually disengaging.
That will hit.
All right.
Deals 2
he
points of
gets
damage.
2 lightning damage, and I
You pop
disengage.
3. Okay.
Pop free.
And so then you convert your standard action into a move action and move away then.
No. I just moved myself
All
one
right.
away to
All right.
not be. I mean, we're all close together anyway.
Yes,
right?
you're all
Technically,
nearby.
this guy could like run all the way here. So
Yes.
yes, and then I will, as my standard action, empowered Ray of Frost him.
Okay.
Shock and freeze.
That hits.
All right, then he takes. I have to get used to the new ability. He takes then 33 points of damage.
Oof, that is enough to stagger him. He is heavily injured.
Oof, as I shock him, and then sort of as he's like stunned slightly, just move to the side and heavily evoke the sort of freezing shards of ice that then sort of
All right.
stab into his body.
The knoll yips out, and combination of growls makes the sound of what sounds like wizard. Escalation die goes up to 1.
But don't target me especially because of that.
Well, he heavily wounded will not persist, and attempting to back you up against the wall will attempt to stab you once again with his spear.
And he
Dealing
does
10
that.
points of damage.
It's very hurtful.
The other Knoll Savage, the one whom Tempus is engaged with, actually attempts to disengage from Tempus, succeeds, and he'll move away from Tempus.
Nope.
And then How the hell are you diving through the stone wall and the door? The dark.
Magic.
Sorcerer magic.
You're gonna have to give me an explanation for how you go sailing through the door over Tempus's head to try to intercept this guy. I will not accept that normally.
I just realised I was on mute, which didn't help. That's good. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I can give good enough justification right now. Actually,
Well, you could intercept him from here, right?
I could, but it doesn't stop him running away.
You taunt him.
That is not an interception.
No,
I
that is not
intercept
intercept.
him with words.
I trusted you, Leon.
Well, I tell you what. How about you give me a dexterity skill check, using what backgrounds do you have?
I have my survivalist scout.
No.
No, that's the closest I could argue. No, nothing really works for this.
All right. In
I
that
use
case,
my quantum physics background to fade through the wall.
You see, there's a chance I could be in two places at once.
No.
Sorry, I'll come save you
That's
later.
not how that works.
This savage will move to engage with Dwohurim and stab as well, and that'll deal another 10 points of damage to Dwohurim.
I am staggered.
Fargus, it's your turn.
Right. Spark on the Null Ranger again.
Okay.
It's a close
Screw you people!
God damn these rolls.
That will deal another 2 points of damage to the Null
Yep.
Ranger.
Best 2 points of damage.
The Null Ranger will quickly, pull out 2 hand axes, and actually gets 2 attacks with these. I'll go ahead and swing the first at Fargus. That's 6 points of damage, and then a miss.
Alright.
Leon, it's your turn.
Fine, I will walk out of my room. Sir, you're not allowed to leave. That guy.
So you're being hunted.
Yes, he is most certainly being hunted. Chaos Bolt. Physical
Okay.
defense.
That does hit.
Does that get that
17
one?
point. Yeah, it's that one. 17 points of negative energy damage.
Alright. Heavily injured. Both of these are
And I gain plus
severely
1 AC.
wounded. And this Null Ranger who was engaged with Thomas, dot move, will actually not pull out its hand axes and will, let's see here. It will successfully disengage from Thomas
Alright.
and move away, seeing
Well-
that there is a weaker person down here.
I saw something move over there in this pitch black darkness.
It's not pitch black anymore. There's light.
A little bit of light, and will basically point blank attempt to shoot Fargus. That will be a hit, and that's a natural even hit, so he'll get to roll again and miss.
Thank God.
At least that thing doesn't continue.
Tempus, it's your turn.
Infinite.
Tempus is going to sort of roll, under Leon as he's making the Chaos Bolt attack to
Alright.
smash it. Null Savage. Deadly thrust.
It's engaged, or you could sneak attack him or something, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Dwohurim is engaged with him.
+5, +2, +1, -2?
Wielding my shocking hands. There's no -2 anymore.
No minus 2 anymore. Dwohurim created light.
Yeah, there's no...
Yay!
Alright, so how about you tell me how dead it is? And also, since I'm noticing it, your High Druid 6, that ended up getting used up as well at the start of
Right,
last
sure.
session to give you that magic item.
Okay. Well, Leon, Tumble. Can I please name my own character? I was going to call him Tumble for a second there.
Thunder Tumble is here.
Tumble jazz hands.
Tempest, ducks and weaves as Leon darts into the room and fires the Chaos Bolt. He just darts under it, doing whole limbo technique and slices the arteries of the knoll as he darts up and stands and then glares at the other knoll savage as his colleague just flumps to the ground.
With his wrench.
Yeah, well, yes.
Yeah.
It's a sharp wrench.
Thomas, you're up.
One fucking night of sleep, you people. Ugh.
Alright, now, as you move to engage the Null Ranger who has his longbow out, he activates an ability called Quick Shot. When the Null Ranger is unengaged and an enemy moves to engage it, he gets to make a normal save, which fails, so he does not get a free attack against you. You successfully engage.
Oh,
Well
it wasn't
then,
engaged.
let's try to smack number 1 here.
All right.
Escalation and no
one.
minus. 15?
That is a miss. 2
Oh,
points of damage.
2 damage.
Damn.
And as a quick action,
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Let's do one of these. Tempus, I'm sure there's someone in front of you, so hit him again.
All right, Gryph, give it to me.
Tempus, you really haven't delivered in a bit.
Show me a swing, Griffin God. That does not hit, but it does deal 2 points of damage.
That's a lot of damage on a basic attack.
You just get 3 dice.
Okay. Anything
Do
else
it.
from you, Sheep?
No, that's it.
All right, Dwohurim, you're up. This Gnoll is on his fucking last legs.
Yeah, let's shock him.
Okay.
Poke.
That misses his physical defense.
Oh, I take 2 points of damage.
You electrocute yourself.
You still have a move and a standard action, I believe?
Yeah. So I could do it again with my move.
Yeah, I think you can, yeah.
Well, let's do that then. There
That
we
hits,
go.
and that's enough to kill.
19. Alright, 3 damage. Yeah, alright, sure.
It
Wanna
had
rally?
1 hit
Try to
point
shock him,
left.
hit a metal piece, shock myself slightly, and then... oh, fucker. Shock his eyeball, something.
1 hit point left. That's all it has.
Fuck his eyeball.
Teach him.
Ow.
I guess I'll have a standard action still.
Yes.
Which I can use to take a recovery.
Yes.
You're a little bit injured. Only a little bit.
Okay. Escalation die goes up to 2. The savages have been defeated, so Fargus is the first to act this round.
Yep, I'm gonna try to disengage first.
Okay, that'll be at a -1 because 2 have engaged with you.
Alright. Let's see.
Let's see here. That factors in the -1. 11 is good enough. You successfully disengage.
Alright, then I'm gonna try to juke out of the room.
Okay, you can do that.
And stand over here and then cast a spark on the ranger number 2.
Okay. The one that you've missed twice already.
Yep.
Got
Third
it.
time's a charm, right?
That is definitely a charm. That's enough to hit. Takes quite a bit of damage.
Yep.
Howling in agony, wheeling around with his axes, looking past Thomas at Fargus. Let's see if this ranger can successfully disengage. No, it is stuck with Thomas.
Hooray!
Well, in that case, the ranger will attempt to apply 2 hand axes to Thomas. That will just be a hit for 6 damage.
Yep.
And that will also be a hit for 6 points of damage. Leon, it's your turn. Sounds of fighting from the other room.
And Thomas swearing a lot.
Yeah, as you see a tired and confused Fargus bleeding in the hallway.
You muted
Not bad.
Mark? Okay.
Looks into the room. Fires a cannonball over Thomas's shoulder.
All
Hold
right.
still.
Which one are you shooting it at?
I don't know which one's been injured, so let's
Both
say
of them have taken damage.
Oh, yeah.
I elect the left.
Okay.
He looked at me funny. Understand?
That is definitely a hit.
But not 47.
Plus 47!
I think you rolled the same.
Yeah, I have a charisma modifier of 96.
I see. Well, you staggered the ranger on the left.
And electricity
0.5.
flies over Thomas's shoulder. Seemingly bigger for a second than it was supposed to be.
Alright. Well, let's see here. We go to this Null Ranger on the left whom you staggered. He attempts to disengage and fails. Drops his longbows, quickly pulls out his hand axes, and attempts to hit Thomas. That will be a miss, but it still deals 3 points of damage due to pack ferocity.
Alright.
And that will also be another miss, so a total of 6 damage. As the gnolls batter into Thomas. Tempus, you're up.
Okay, Tempus, having hearing the scuffle and battle, it sort of looks at Hurim, nods, bows his head, and darts out. And sort of runs, starts running along the wall to jump up Leon and dive into the room.
That's fine. One move action.
And engages this one, because, I don't think he can manage that angle to jump over here. So,
I agree, that's fine.
You grab the door frame and...
It's pretty awesome.
Go for a bleeding strike on
I mean, like, even if I wanted to make him have a roll, he had momentum, because he fucking hit someone anyway, so he had a swashbuckler thing that he could use, so it's fine.
Can just do whatever.
Tempus presses the I win button. Super effective.
Yes!
He does press the I win button.
And he's engaged, so I can sneak attack him!
This is going to end... This is going to be ugly.
2d8 plus 5 plus 1d8. And if my natural attack roll was even, which is a crit, it also takes ongoing damage of
22.
2.
Also, it takes a crit point.
This thing is fucking wrecked. It's fucking wrecked.
Just slamming and then it's just a wrench there with blood all over.
So why don't you give me a full description of your entire turn? Tempus?
Alright, give me a second, right? Okay, so Tempus, looks at Hura, bows his head, nods, and just sort of starts darting. As he's running, he grabs onto the door frame to get a bit of momentum. He starts running, gets a bit of a run up, sees the gap between the door and the two fighting, runs up, grabs Hurim's shoulder to jump up, dive over Leon's head, pushes himself off of Thomas, and as he's flying, swings his wrench out and knocks the Gnoll Ranger's head clean off.
The Gnoll had no fucking idea what was coming. the surviving Gnoll looks pretty fucking concerned. Everyone's just transpired. And is perhaps contemplating life choices. Thomas.
Oh, just one night's sleep. Oh, good morning, Tempus. And he's going to
Morning.
this guy for
2 points of damage.
2 points of damage.
Fucking Tempus is the one with the luck with these 20s. You won't hear him.
Morning.
Shit.
That hits. Oof.
Good.
This Gnoll
Take
is
tiny bit of frost damage.
This Gnoll is severely wounded. Escalation die goes up to 3, and Fargus will be the one to start off this round.
Yep.
That will hit and finish the job, cooking this last Gnoll with lightning.
God damn it. What happened?
Combat is over.
Gnolls happened. I don't suppose any of the gnolls are still kind of alive enough to salvage.
And Tempus will look over at the wall where the head's splattered against.
If Fargus felt generous and merciful enough to not immediately just fry that last Gnoll, because it didn't have that many hit points left, then sure. Otherwise, they're fucked.
I don't know.
Do you just want to do like a normal save on 11 or higher? It's still alive?
Sure, that would be... Yeah, sure.
You can go ahead and roll it, then.
Fargus just woke up and he doesn't really think about it, so maybe. Oh,
yeah,
apparently it did.
it's still alive, like, just
Critical
gasping.
success on the mercy save.
Just like gasping as it like holds on to its wounds. Let me go ahead and move the dead state.
There doesn't have to be blood-curdling screams or anything from downstairs, is there?
Oh, there is quite a lot of commotion. You hear like the sounds of feet rather as they like charge up the staircase.
Again?
Well, assuming combat is over,
It is.
Thomas is going to basically grab this Gnoll Ranger from the ground with like one hand, lifting him up until he's like almost eye level, and then just says, "Who sent you?"
The Gnoll, despite everything that's transpired, manages enough to have a yipping laugh right in Thomas's face. You're dead! All of you dead.
I think I disagree. Again, I will ask once more, and maybe, just maybe, you will have a quick death at least. Who sent you?
The gnoll breathes in and coughs up blood and says, "It doesn't matter. With this failure, I'm dead too."
So it was Ajax then. Typical.
Was there any reaction to the name Ajax?
No reaction at all. Didn't show a look of recognition or acknowledgement of anything.
I was just going to drop him and leave him with Tempus,
Okay.
muttering all the while of how he needs coffee.
Wait. Oh, Tempus. You have your very own dying gnoll.
Tempus will go on and close the door.
All right.
Well, fancy you. It's always a lovely, interesting way to wake up. A lovely bunch of stinking rats. Always a pleasure to wake up. Now, what we're going to do is you're going to talk. I'm going to have a bit of fun. That sounds like a jolly good way of having this, doesn't it? Now, you said you're going to die. I'm going to make sure you live as long as possible.
As Tempus presents that, outside for you others, Drake, the man who watches over the rampant badger at night, and I don't have a token for him, rushes up the staircase, loaded crossbow pointed down the hallway. He lowers the weapon upon seeing you. What happened up here?
He takes a gnoll and throws it out on the hallway.
The man is wide-eyed with shock and confusion. Is that a gnoll?
I asked to be woken in the morning. This was not what I meant.
Sir, I... And then, sensing that he is way over his head, says, "I'll go get Bjorny." And, he rushes down the stairs.
You do that. Looks to the other and says, "Oh, I suppose you should not have accepted this being free."
The gnoll who survived looks up at Tempus and says, "I have survived the crucible of Dragon Hall. There is nothing worse you can do to me."
Tempus will just sort of stick the wrench in one of the wounds and goes, "You survived, and you're going to die here. You know you're going to die here, especially seeing the amount of pooling of blood. You could have survived shit. You didn't survive us."
There is a bestial snarl with the wrench application, and the gnoll actually breathes in and has enough muster to say, "What kind of weapon is a wrench anyway?"
And he retracts it and flips it over and just jerks a thumb at the head splattered against the wall. And Tempus just smiles.
"A lucky shot, I'm sure."
"Oh, really? I'll show you." And smacks his foot.
One hit point, that might be enough to kill him.
Okay, maybe not. It does the job. It's unconventional. People don't quite realise just how much solid weight's behind a wrench, And he slides and disappears up his arm, as if he isn't even holding it anymore. It sheathed, but disappears up his sleeve.
The point is, human, you couldn't force anything from me, even if you tried, and I know you won't, because I know of heroic sensibilities.
And Tempus sort of just pulls down his eyelid to show that he's not human.
The gnoll blinks with confusion.
You could know a lot about humans. I'm not amongst them. Are you quite sure you know I'm noble and interesting? He actually stops the gnoll from falling over, keeps him upright with an arm. Not in any sort of just keeping him standing, at the very least. You were trying all this bravado to make yourself seem strong and mighty. You survived this, oh woe is you, and here is you coughing and spluttering and looking pathetic. Have some pride in death and just talk.
The gnoll says, "Really, I think I'll pass."
Fair enough. He takes out the wrench and just mercy kills it.
Alright, gnoll dies. A death rattle escaping its lips.
He'll take the time, though, to sit and just have a look over papers over the two bodies that are in here.
Sure. I'll go ahead and tell you folks that you don't find much in the way of gold. You find a whopping 17 silver pieces. You also find a fragment of a dragon's toenail, onyx in color, etched with a glowing magical symbol of a ring.
Who the hell knows that is a dragon's toenail?
That's a big toenail.
And you also find a note on the gnoll with whom you were communicating, which says, "Welcome to Newport. Your targets are staying on the second floor of the Rampant Badger. Handle them, and your mistress's obligation will be paid in full."
Tempus will just sort of wipe off the blood and gore on the corpse and sort of walks out while holding the note, reading it.